Seriously? Hey, it is Monday, the 3rd of May at the time of recording. It is big news day for the Orks. We have got this article today from Warhammer Community. The article is called "This Doc is so committed to rapid response, he's upgraded his own legs." And we have got... Let's just scroll straight down to it. No messing in. Look at this fella. Oh, be still, my beating heart. This just keeps getting better and better. But before we go into dissecting this and having a look, let's read what they've written. So, okay, what we've got here. Oi, this is an emergency. The big boss's favourite grot stepped on by one of you gits and need a proper doc. Here now. I heard them beast snaggers have some pretty good choppy docs in their mobs, so get them oomies from that regular feature thing to find out what's what over there. I said now! There you go. So, as you might expect, a group of orcs that hang around almost exclusively with big angry squigs suffer more than their fair share of injuries before they even get to the fighting. With such constant demand for doc services, it comes as no surprise that many of the beast snaggers get rather good at the art of battlefield surgery. And that is where this fella comes in. We're going to get to him in a minute, don't worry. Known as the Painbosses, these enterprising surgeons transcend the simple genetic knowledge of the pain boys and develop greater medical skills than many assume orcs are capable of. They're particularly favoured by the beast snaggers for their knowledge of squig physiology, giving them the ability to craft crude bionics and armour plates to their steeds when the need arises. More pictures of him, which we'll look at in a minute. In fact, Painbosses are so used to running around after the impetuous Squighog boys that many give their slow organic legs a bit of fixing. One of the most popular upgrades is to attach devices known as super legs below the knee, using the power of Orky ingenuity to propel themselves at much higher speeds than normal. This isn't to say that these docs exclusively work for the beast snaggers though. They're quite happy to patch up anything for a bag full of teeth. While it's common for docs of all kinds to keep a few Gretchen around to carry supplies, hold wounds open and be clenched in the jaw during particularly painful amputations, the grot orderlies that accompany a pain boss need a few modifications of their own to keep up. Why have tiny runty legs when you can have a motorbike wheel instead? And that is where this gorgeous little fella comes in, and we'll get to him in a minute as well. These docs aren't just for fixing up injured beast snagger boys either. Like any orc worth their salt, the pain bosses are just as capable of giving oomies, beakies, and any of the others a good kicking. Their claw, affectionately dubbed a power snapper, looks a little smaller and lighter than a normal power claw. That's probably a good thing. When you're getting a new arm attached, the last thing you want is the pain boss being less accurate. Don't forget to tune in to Warhammer Fest online this week for more reveals from the 41st millennium, as well as the rest of your favourite Warhammer games. Here we go, we'll be back in 2 weeks with another report, and it looks like we'll be checking in on a certain characterful orc with some funny ideas about Gretchen. Well, there's, as usual with these articles, these Here We Go articles, there is a lot to unpack. First of all, before we look at what they said, let's just look at the model. Because we've seen the artwork of this, we knew this guy was coming, and now we're seeing him in the flesh, or in the plastic as it were. And I mean, you're watching 6 Plus Stevo right now, so you're not going to get someone moaning, are you, going, you know, just sort of now, I don't really like the way it's proportioned. It looks a little bit monobuild, and I don't like the direction that GW are going in. And yeah, I'd like to make a complaint, please. You're not going to get that here, are you? You're going to get nothing but gushing love. Don't get me wrong. I will be critical when I feel the need is there. But I don't see much here to be critical about. I really don't. let's just have a look at this. Right, we've got a lovely boss pole up here. With I like the little the snake, the sort of, that's a little play on the medical symbol thing that we have, the thing in real life. There's a little play on that there with a sort of orky version of that. I like that. We've got this little weird squiggly beast, most likely. Looks like a winged little beast of some kind. He's got strapped up there. He's got some kind of like drip, but rather than a little bag up there of the drugs, he's got a squig. So he's looks like that's wired into his bum and, feeding out the good stuff. But that's cool. It looks like it's his tongue possibly wrapped round there, tied round there, or I don't know, it's just hooked in. But that's I love that touch, and I picked up on that on the artwork straight away, seeing the squig hanging off it, and it's really cool. He's got his tanks of the usual sort of gubbins and tanks on the back. I love this head. It's sort of, at first I saw it, I was like, oh, it's like a welding mask thing, but it almost looks like a full-on Barnick head. It's really cool. I love that. Absolutely love it. It's very sort of Frankenstein's monster, this whole thing in it. We've got details. You see this thing's clamped into his chest, literally like welded or stapled, bolted in there, and you can see the really fresh. They've done a really nice job the way they've painted that as well. It really accentuates these sort of the wounds where these brackets are just like clamped and stapled into his chest. That's really cool. He's had a lot of modifications. He's got some nice tattoos and stuff going on. I like the hand. I like this sort of hand. It looks good. I like it. Nice detail of the fingers and everything. Still with the green fingernails. I'm not sure what I think about them. I think they look quite cool. I don't paint mine green. Not mine personally, but you know what I mean. This power claw, what they call it, the power snapper. They say it's a little bit smaller and lighter, so I think this won't be probably quite as strong as a power claw. Whereas a power claw doubles your strength and D3 damage, isn't it? With a nice AP. So this is probably going to be, I imagine it'll be something like +3 strength or +2 strength or something, and possibly still D3 damage or something. I feel like this will be a slightly weaker version of a power claw, but it looks awesome. It looks really awesome. I love it. Love it. And then what have we got going down in the lower half? We've got the legs that we were talking about, and I love this sort of the way the knee joins bends the other way. I love that. It gives him a really cool dynamic, and it looks like he's going to run. Like you've seen like amputees at the Olympics and stuff when they've got it sort of reminds me of that, when you've got like the sort of the track and field athletes that have got like the false legs, and they're like really springy sort of. You can see that these things look like they'll really propel him forward at speed. So, and that's good. For characters like this that are used to patch up or repair or heal, having that mobility is great, because you want to get them to where they're needed to fix what they need to fix and heal what they need to heal. So that is really cool. Mobility on anything like, a mech fixing stuff or a pain boy coming over to heal things. You want that mobility, so you've got a bigger sort of buffing aura, sort of bubble, So that's great. He can get to where he's needed quick. He can keep up with fast units like the Squig Hogs. I like the way we've got the strapping, so where it's all like strapped around the leg and stuff. That's really nice, and it's all braced and stuff, and it connects into his body parts. Really nice. He's got his cut off shorts and that, which look cool. And then he's got his apron with his tools and things on there, and he's got his bone saw and his pliers and stuff, and a little hook, and yeah, really cool, really nice, really nice. Yeah, I really like it. I really like him. He's lovely. We've got more pictures of him here, so we can see from around the back. This squig. It doesn't. Maybe it's not going into his bum. Maybe it's hooked in there. It looked like from the other side. It looks like from this side. It looks like the wires are literally like round. Oh no, that's his tail there in it. So I suppose it's not up his bum. But yeah, he's having that. And that does look probably like his tongue tied around there. You can see a bit more of the other creature, that is some other form of squig tied around there, or some other kind of native creature from whatever planet he's on. And what have we got? He's got his bag of tricks here. He's got a bionic hand there, look. That looks like possibly a space marine hand, is it? I don't know, he's poached that from somewhere, hasn't he? That's cool. And some other gubbins there, and little splitting it, seeing other bits. We can see all his tanks and pipes, and see that with the fluid in there, whatever he's got, like sloshing around. Again, nice, cool paint job on that. Yeah, it's really cool. And this face, I love this. I love this. That is cool. Now I wonder if there'll be a choice of heads for him. I wonder if he'll come with options, or whether this will be a very much a sort of a single kind of box kit, and we'll have to wait and see on that. But I mean, I like it. I mean, if you don't like it, it'd probably be an incredibly easy head swap. But I do like that. It's nice. It's I don't know. It's very kind of. It's got an element of Mark 1 Iron Man suit to it. It's got that kind of vibe to it. It's just very brutish. Very, yeah. I like. I wonder if there'll be a version where you can get him with this head, or like the head without the helmet. That'd be interesting to see if we do get some options there. That'd be very cool. And then we've got his little grot mate. I love this little fella with the monowheel. That is awesome. Yeah, he's been patched up a few times, and yeah, he's just, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, I'm in love. I'm in love. Gorgeous little fella. Yeah, happy little fella, nipping about there. Yeah, this is going to go great in any Speed Freaks army, innit? He's just going to fit the theme. It's just, yeah, I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the orderly little fella. I'm a big supporter of this. He's got a little claw of his own and that, and I like when it describes as well. What does it say? Keep Gretchen around to carry supplies, hold wounds open, and be clenched in the jaw during particularly painful amputations. So if it's hurting, here you go, bite down on the grot. I love that. Little fucker will be screaming, won't he? Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So yeah, both of these fellas, they have been through the wars. They are proper, patched up. And but yeah, let's read anyway what it says. So as you might expect, group so that's just the intro. There's not much here, but says they develop greater medical skills than many assume orcs are capable of. They transcend the simple genetic knowledge of the Painboys and develop greater. So he's going to do better stuff or more stuff than Painboys do. Painboys currently they heal wounds. They heal wounds. They can heal D3 wounds on your characters and stuff. And they give out an aura of a 6+, feel no pain. Yeah, that's what Painboys do, which is it's okay. It's pretty good. They help keep your war bosses and big mechs alive and stuff, and they give out a nice aura. Big mobs of boys having the feel no pain is very nice. But yeah, these do more. They have more knowledge. So what does that mean in game terms? It hints at some stuff here. They're particularly favoured by the beast snaggers for their knowledge of squig physiology, giving them the ability to craft crude bionics and armour plates to their steeds when the need arises. Does that mean that they're potentially going to be able to give a buff? You're going to be able to maybe roll a dice, and on a 2+ or whatever, you're going to be able to up their armour save? Or crude bionics, maybe you're going to be able to up their movement, or maybe you'll roll a dice and it'll be random, and they'll give out some kind of random buff to squig units. Interesting, very interesting. and maybe they're going to be able, maybe they'll give out a better feel no pain, or maybe they'll be able to heal more wounds or be more reliable at healing wounds than the pain boys. The fact that they're known as pain bosses as well, does this mean this fellow is an HQ choice? If he is an HQ choice, then he could very well be the HQ choice that we get in the Combat Patrol box. So it could be a case of we get this fella, the Beast Snagga boys and the Squig Riders all in a box together. I can kind of see that happening. Feels like this sort of thing. We always got the Pain Boy in the Start Collecting set. But this fella, he's so much better, isn't he? He is so much better than the current Pain Boy. In every way. Just so much better. It's just, it looks like it's going to be a real joy to paint as well. You can get some, you've got different sort of, you've got like organic fleshy bits going on, you've got lots of metallic and rusty bits, you've got all these tools and aprons and furs, you've got cabling, you've got your glyph, your banner thing, you've got various squigs hanging off him. It's going to be a fun model to paint. You're going to be able to throw in some nice colours and stuff. You could get quite adventurous with this guy. They've painted him in quite muted tones and fairly sort of generic colour scheme, but I think you could really go to town on this guy. And I think when you see these come out and they're painted up, you're going to see a lot of variations in them. Because squigs can be painted all sorts of colours, can't they? People say, yeah, he's going to be an interesting one and a really fun paint job, I think, to really go to town on. Him and his little grot mate, that's for sure. It's so cool. Right, what else does it say? In fact, so yeah, it could be, I think he might be like an HQ choice, and that would be very interesting. You could sort of go for like a themed army, couldn't you, with him in charge, and have him and Pain Boys and stuff, and have lots of patched up sort of, again, like Frankenstein's monster sort of themed army. You could really, yeah, it's I like the sound of that sort of thing. But it might not be, could just be an elite choice like the current Pain Boy is. We'll have to wait and see. In fact, Pain Bosses are so used to running around after the impetuous Squig Hog boys, they're talking about the upgrading to the legs, so we know he's going to be the super legs below the knee, to propel themselves at much higher speeds than normals. So yeah, so we know they're faster. It says one of the most popular devices. So I don't know. I wouldn't want to get people's hopes up in saying that perhaps this is a multi-part kit where you can have the option to have standard legs, or you can pay the extra points or whatever to upgrade. I mean, I hope that's the case. Even my blind optimism won't predict that. It could just be the way they're wording it. I feel like it's going to be a fairly mono build kit with possibly some head options and things, but I could be wrong. I mean, I hope I am. Not that I'm going to mind too much. I'd mind a lot less when it comes to characters and things if they are fairly mono build and things, because they're characters, you're not going to have a huge amount of them. What else does it say? I like this bit as well, though, where it says this isn't to say these docs work exclusively for beast snaggers, though. They're quite happy to patch up anything for a bag of teeth. So that's good to know. So that he's not like beast snagger exclusive. It means he can still patch up your war boss and buff, put that aura across your boys. But potentially he'll have extra perks. I mean, they've already massively hinted that he can keep up with the Squig Hog boys. He's got Squig physiology, knowledge in his mind and things. So, and it talks about patching them up and bionics and things. So I think he's going to be able to, maybe he can just do what the Pain Boys do already, but then on top of that he's got extra buffs that he can give to like Squig based units or Beast Snagger units. So he might be able to do it all, but specialised at the Beast Snaggers. It leaves it quite open for what he could do. And the Grot Orderlies, I imagine, will probably do the same sort of thing, and just give him, I don't know, an extra chance to be able to patch stuff up or heal an extra wound, like they do currently. And it goes into it again. These docs aren't just for fixing up injured beast snagger boys either. Like any orc worth salt, the painbosses are capable of giving Umi's beakies and any others a good kicking. So talking about the power claw, the power snapper. So this will be I think it's a fairly safe bet that it will be a weaker version of the power claw. Much like the on the Death Killer War Trike, that you've got the grapple claw thing that's slightly weaker than the bog standard power claw, but has other advantages. Yeah, so but maybe because it's smaller, which would indicate that it's weaker, but lighter, which would indicate that maybe you don't have that negative modifier to your weapon skill. So it might be better in some ways. You might not be, having that -1 to your weapon skill like you do with the regular power claw. So could be swings and roundabouts on that one. You've got to read into every single thing they say on these articles, because everything's hinting at something. They don't write nothing by mistake. That's probably a good thing when you're getting a new armor attach. Yeah. And then it talks into stuff to look forward to for 2 weeks' time. Obviously, this big whole Warhammer Fest that's going on over the next, the 3rd to the 8th, is 5 days of lots of news items. So possibly over the next 5 days, they'll reveal more stuff about the orcs. We can only hope, but it's all Warhammer stuff. So I imagine they're going to, we might not be the main event at this thing, especially as they've specified here. Here we go back in 2 weeks, so we might be another 2 weeks before we get any news, but stay tuned. Keep checking the Warhammer community site. The minute they do any kind of news involving orcs, I will be covering my thoughts on it and sharing it with you. So yeah, definitely something in 2 weeks, and maybe we'll get thrown a few more bones before then as well over the next few days. But it's very interesting that where it says it looks like we'll be checking in on a certain characterful orc with some funny ideas about Gretchen. What could that be? Could be a new runt herd. It could be the return of a classic character who was quite fond of Gretchen. A certain characterful orc. Those words, a certain characterful orc. If we shuffle them words around, what are they really saying? A certain orc character with funny ideas about Gretchen. Sod, Grod, Wart Snagga? Oh, I really hope so. Oh, I really, really hope so. That would be so cool. Oh, could be. Or it could just be a runt herd, or some kind of new thing that's a new take on a runt herd, or who knows? Who knows? But well, this stuff is looking good. This stuff is looking good. Yeah, he looks astounding. Well, I'm definitely buying him, I can tell you that. So far, it's 3 for 3. The Squig Hog boys look great. The Beast Snagga boys look great. This guy looks particularly great. This is the highlight for me so far, I think, this fella. Of everything that's been revealed thus far, this guy is my favourite, I think. But yeah, it's an exciting time to be an orc player. We are getting a lot of new stuff, and we haven't seen it all yet. There's so much more to be revealed. This is definitely already shaping up to be the best orc release from GW for, well, a fucking long time, quite frankly. Yeah, guys. I think I've pretty much covered everything there, haven't I? I've shared my thoughts. Yeah, it's I'm excited. I don't know. I am excited. I'm not going to lie to you. I can't hide it. I ain't going to feel bad for it either. I am buzzing my tits off for this shit. I really am, and I'm just giving it to you straight what I'm feeling here. Good shit. Anyway, I need to stop talking because I need to get this video edited and I need to get it out to you guys so you can see it before it's old news. So yeah, let's get on with that now. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to be kept up to date with all this stuff, hit that subscribe button and ding the little bell. Hit the like button. If you want to support the channel, check out the Patreon, and I've got loads of links in the description of all my videos leading you towards other Ork channels which are awesome, a Discord group for the 40k community which is awesome, and a Facebook group for the 40k Ork community which is also awesome. Loads of good shit. Hit the links, check out my other videos, etc, etc. You know what to do. This is 6+ Stevo signing out.